So now let's talk about surface mining methods. Surface mining methods. So with surface mining methods, this topic, you will learn about the various surface mining methods and used to extract ore from what? Near surface deposit. If you want to extract minerals from a deposit that is close to the surface, which is surface mining methods. What are our objectives? We want to understand the geological factors that influence our decision when we are going for surface, and then understand the engineering factors as well, and explain what a placer deposit is, and understand the surface mining methods, which are open pit, terrace mining, strip mining, contour mining, auger mining, glory holing, and quarry. And then we have other methods: panning, sluicing, dredging, hydraulicing, and then heap leaching and in situ, which are all solution mining. So let's look at this diagram. It's not too clear, but it's a diagram that is trying to tell us about the anatomy of a mine, a typical mine in West Pepper or whatever, Grasberg. Then we have defined this already, saying that the choice of mining and processing method is always to achieve maximum profits. With these constraints at the back of our mind, so a surface mine, is a mine in which the ore lies near the surface and can be extracted by removing and covering layers of rock and soil. Almost all surface mining operations are exposed to the elements and require no roof support. So what we are trying to say is that when I'm mining or I'm working at the surface, I don't have any fears, because I don't fear that a rock will fall over me. Although if I'm close to the wall, something of that sort may happen, but it's not as rampant as if I am working underground, because I have the earth, the skies as my cover. Whilst underground, I don't have that. So evaluation of a deposit. So the following outline lists the basic factors which must be taken into account for evaluation of a prospective surface mine. So if I want to set up a surface mine, these are some of the basic things I have to consider. So after this, and our maintenance man wants to go and set up a mining company, these are the things you have to consider if you are considering a surface mine. It will influence your decision, whether it is worth going into it or not. So geography. So the geography talks about the topography, a function, which is a function of what? The location, affect the cost of development, and then operation of surface mine. Geographical location establish the climate. The location establishes the condition of remoteness and proximity to civilization. So let's have a look at this, which we call evaluation of surface deposit. So what this heading is just trying to convey is that you want to establish a surface mine. What are the factors or what are the things that you need to consider in order to make a good decision, or the things that are likely to affect you proper if you are going for surface? So the considerable factors, some of them are geography of the area. It is also a function of topography. So the geography is telling us about how the nature of the land is. And if you find a deposit that is buried beneath hills, don't you think that is going to affect the mining method? So in generally, the topography is going to affect us, because if I have so many hills, it will affect my road system, the road network I'm going to set up. If there are so many hills around, it's going to affect it. And once there are hills all over, the possibility of having river bodies around that area will also be high, which means if I want to mine, I will have to strip certain materials. If it is a hill and the deposit is hiding below the hill, it means that the whole of that hill becomes an overburden material I have to struggle to take out. And these things influence. Then the location where the concession is located is also another factor, because if it is not near a community, it means if I begin to mine, I have to set up a village there, find a way of transporting my workers there, find a way of getting electricity to the location. And all these things are things that will affect you, your decision. So if your money is not enough to set up this business and the topography is not favorable or the geography is not favorable, it can influence your decision whether you should go in or not. Because the place is far away from town. It means in the first place, if you employ people, you have to be thinking about their transportation. You have to get them buses. So a typical example is how Trano started. A lot of the workers or a lot of the personnel they needed were not within the area the mine was found. And so they have to set up a village where people will have to travel. They go and stay there and work. And when they are on off, they go back. They have to make sure electricity is taken there and all these things. So then we have legal status of the mining rights. So the land and other necessary rights should be checked.
And for the topography, it will inform you the type of tool or the type of technology in which you can use in mining the ore body.
Exactly.
And when you do cost-benefit analysis and you see that the ore body is not economically viable, it will inform you on your decision whether to do it or
not to.
You do away with it.
Exactly.
And more so, as you said, the rivers and stuff, if you have high tension cables and stuff, we have some meters in which it should go 500 meters. So it means you have to do a deviation, which will cost you a lot of money even before you start. Wow. That is my add-on.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So we've gotten other perspective to this. So the legal rights and legal status of the land and mining rights. So what we are trying to say, it says that land and other necessary rights should be checked, such as water use rights, the ability to acquire auxiliary land for plant site, roads, tailings, dams, and other things. So this. Okay, so what we are trying to say is when we come to every land or every country, we have got regulations. We have got regulations that govern every country's mineral extraction. And so if you have come to set up a surface mine in our area, it is only right that you find out from the appropriate bodies what regulations there are for you to follow. So you want to deal with surface mine, there will be water bodies all over. You want to set up tailings dam. You may want to set up a processing plant and all these things. So regarding our land use and the rights you have to set up the mine, you need to visit all these regulations, because if you look at them and they are so restrictive and you think you can't work within the confines of the law, it will affect your decision whether to pack your bag and baggages and leave, or to insist on bargaining on the laws of the country. And if you are giving some consideration, then you forge ahead with your job. Then the next thing will be historical and political. Hello, go ahead.
For the mineral rights, when you want to mine, we have surface rights and we have the mineral rights. The mineral rights is given a go-ahead from Minerals Commission, but the surface right is the landowner. When Minerals Commission give you a mineral right, and without you having a surface right, you can't mine. So there is a need for you to check all those things even before getting a concession to mine. Without that, you can't. The mineral right is the ore, which is on the land, and the surface right, somebody can plant trees, do anything that you want, the landowner. So you see the government for the mineral rights, and you see the landowner too as well.
Wow, that's nice.
But you can get the concession.
Great. Thank you,
sir.
Thank you. And that is one of the reasons why sometimes there will be a mine that is to set up, and then they have to compensate farmers here and there. They bring farmers, land, or people that have set up their buildings all over. They have to be compensated before you are allowed to start your process, because if you don't do this, the kind of valuta they are going to cause, you cannot stand it. Good. Then we have the history, political and social. So it is important to determine the extent and nature of national and local laws and regulations in regard to conservation, water use, land use, and then air pollution, tailings, reclamation, handling of explosives, taxes, royalties. All the necessary things regarding our social, political lives must also be known, so that you know whether you're okay. Maybe it could happen that you are a company, you already have a company in South Africa or in the US, and you are coming to Ghana to come and mine. We may also have certain things that are different from where you are coming from. So it's only good that you have prior knowledge about some of these things before you venture into any of such activities at our end. And so it is necessary to consider these. And these, when you get to know them, can affect your decision whether you should go ahead with this surface mine or you should just quit.